What's up, movie viewers? Dena Views and Reviews here. Once again, asking, what are you watching? Well, today I am watching Knock Knock. And when I tell you this movie had me tripping, honey, you better believe it. Come on, let's get into it. Now, the movie Knock Knock is a 2015 American psychological thriller starring Keanu Reeves, Lorena Izzo, Ana de Armas, and Aaron Burns. It was directed by Eli Roth. And I am just going to start off by saying this is one freaky, kind of scary, and kind of almost hilarious movie, all in one. When I said I was going to watch Knock Knock, my husband said, "Oh, I watched it already." So I asked him if he thought it was a good movie. And his response was, "It's all right, just not very realistic." And I said, "Why is that?" And his reply was, "It was unrealistic because a real man just would not let those women overpower him as he did in that case." So now I had to watch it to see what he meant by that. Now, at the opening of this movie, it shows a happy, everyday family in domestic bliss, living in an elegant, art-filled suburban home located in the hills outside of Los Angeles. The mother is an artist, and there's a devoted dad. His name is Evan, and he is played by Keanu Reeves. He is an architect, and they have two children, a boy and a girl. Now, the mother is preparing to take the children with her on a trip to the beach. This is going to allow Evan, the father, to use the weekend to catch up on some work projects that he has. Now, that sounds reasonable enough, doesn't it? Pretty normal, right? So after they hug and kiss, the family departed, and the father is at home enjoying some red wine, listening to some music on his vinyl record player as he works into the night. Now it is late at night, and there is a storm with torrential rain and thunder. Now Evan hears a noise, so he turns off the music. He takes a look out the window and sees that it is storming and the rain is really coming down. But then he hears a knock at the door. He answers the door to find two young ladies standing on his porch, drenched from head to toe, and they're exclaiming that they are lost and they want to use his phone. They're saying, "Please, can we come in and use your phone?" First, he kind of reluctantly, he says no, but they let him know that they were dropped off in the wrong spot. They were planning to attend this party. So after he refuses, I guess he feels a little guilty because he's looking at them drenched in water, and he changes his mind and he lets them in. Now they ask to use the phone and maybe take off their wet clothes to be put in the dryer. Next thing you know, these two giggly and playful young ladies are sitting there in fluffy white robes having a drink while Evan puts their clothes in the dryer for 45 minutes. Really, Evan? Really? So they're supposed to be waiting for this Uber ride or whatever transportation. Now, these two women are having a beverage, waiting for the ride, sitting in these little white robes, and they're being very, very playful. And clearly there is a sexually charged ambiance there. Now, Evan pretends to be a gentleman by moving to a different seat when it seems as if they're coming on to him. So he changes and gets in another chair. And he's acting as if he's showing restraint. But honey, that restraint did not last very long because they engaged in a menage a trois that ends up with him and the two girls asleep in the bed at daylight. Now it is at this point when the two girls they go by the name Genesis and Belle, and when they awake, they are seemingly different people. They weren't these nice, innocent girls that he opened the door for. They are deranged, childish, and troublesome people, and they're exemplifying that kind of behavior. So these two innocent ladies turn into destructive, noisy, frighteningly outlandish, reckless crazies. And it happened so fast that they made Evan's life a living hell. And this is why I am giving this movie a 4 out of 5. Because these women morphed into crazy people so quickly, I could not wait to see what they were going to do next. It had my attention because there seemed to be some this deranged. It was like watching a train wreck, you know it's bad, but you can't turn away. So I kept anticipating how horrific this was gonna end. But this movie went from 0 to 100 real fast. And all I could do was think he caused this on himself. He did not even know these girls, invited them into his home, engaged in sex with strangers, and not to mention it's his family's home. Are you serious? Evan was concerned with saving his marriage. But by the time these girls were through with him, he was screaming like a little to try and save his own life. And I was laughing so hard when he was screaming. He was blaming them because they tied him to this chair. And he was screaming, I was a good guy. I'm a good father. They tortured this guy. They destroyed his home. And they filmed him in some sexual positions that were very inappropriate, and they put it online for everyone to view, and they end up putting his behind in the ground. Now talk about insane in the membrane. But I was giggling at some of their antics. I am not gonna lie, these girls were frightening, they were annoying and deranged, but it made you think. And I was tickled at the end. I won't give it all away, but it made you think about opening your doors to strangers. And I'm going to admit that after Evan engaged in sex with these two young ladies, I had no sympathy for him at all in this movie. And I was really just watching to see how he was, or if he was going to get out of the situation with his life. And I really wanted to see his wife's response. Now, I later read the press notes for this movie, and it was stated that this movie was to demonstrate how much more quickly we experience everything in the social media age, both the delights and the torments, and how the rules of civilized society no longer seem to apply. And in this case, it established that indeed. Now, Knock Knock is rated R, and really should be rated for mature audiences if you ask me. But if you would like to check out Knock Knock, you certainly can do so, because it is now streaming on Amazon, Prime, Hulu, and Netflix. Once you have watched it, leave me a comment on your thoughts on the movie and let me know how you would rate it on a scale of 1 to 5. Now, this has been Dena Movie Reviews. Like, share, and comment. And if you have not already, be sure to subscribe, like, and share. And remember to check out my other channel, Discussions with Dena, where I discuss topics, events, and concerns to me and you. Check it out on YouTube and listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or anywhere you get your podcasts. So join me for my next movie review and recommendation. And remember, it's my view. Now, what you watching?